Hello everyone, welcome back to the Manchu grammar course. I'm Hasutai. And today we're going to learn about the dative case in Manchu. Dative, marked by de, is used in various ways. There are mainly three ways of the usage. Number one, for the indirect object. Number two, for the reason. And especially it's for the reason of some emotion or the emotional actions. And number three, it could be paired with some particular verbs. Okay, then let's check it one by one. First, indirect object. So mostly the indirect object is the recipient of the transmission. The transmission could be either for a physical object or some information. For example, Dative, 你目前的打字感不会. The doctor gave the patient a prescription. And this is a transmission of a physical object, right? So here, Dative is obviously the subject. And 你目前, the patient, is what we call indirect object. It is the recipient of this object. So we use de on it. And the dasargan, the prescription. And what is the case of it again? Have a guess? Yeah, it is the accusative. And why we don't add a accusative case mark on here? We have learned the reason of this omission. So if you are not familiar with this omission, please check the link in the description and review a previous video. Alright, example 2. 마음을 주워 album means grandma tells stories to kids. So here is a transmission of information. Yeah, it's about some message or whatnot. So here, Jews, the kids, are the indirect object, the recipient of this information. So we add de on them. And again, the story, the 主谓, looks like a case mark, but for the same reason of the previous sentence, it is omitted. Alright, then actually the order or the position of the indirect object and the object could be reversed, like these two sentences could be also said as Dative 다스간버 니 먹치的보게 and 마음을 주워와 주set album. And never mind the difference by now. We just keep one thing in mind, that the order of the indirect object and the object is flexible. Okay, let's go ahead. Then the next important usage of dative case is for the reason of some, mainly some emotional action. But yeah, it could also be used for other verbs. So, for example, 님kud 부치기 died for disease. So here, 님kud, the disease, is the reason of the death. Alright. Next, hortosit fanchim, be angry with the liar. So the liar, horto시, is the reason of your anger. Okay, then ötхыт ургунжим means be happy for the victory. So victory, ötх, is the reason. But please notice that not all reasoning is natively expressed in Manchu by noun plus dative. So we have some other ways for expressing reasoning. That is what we will learn in the future videos. Alright, so the third way of using dative is to pair it with some particular verbs to denote the so-called direct object. well, to some languages, yeah, they are direct object, but I don't know whether I can call it direct object in Manchu, because yeah, we could have different perspectives in different languages, right? But whatever, let's just look at some examples. And some of these kind of verbs are ajilam, to help, achim, to meet, banihalam, to thank or give thanks to, and so on. Let's look at how to use them. Ajilam, we can say tera aji sahanjit ajilam, to help the little girl. So here, maybe you think the little girl, the one who got your help, should be the direct object to help. But in Manchu, we just use the dative on aji sahanji, on the little girl, but not accusative. So let's achim. For example, Guchu said achim, to meet with friends or to meet friends. And bani halam, we can say need bani halam, to give thanks to mom or thank mom or whatever. So all of them should bear a dative case for the object. And some other verbs could take both, either accusative or dative. For example, 통하름, to encounter. So we can say 바탑 통하리 or 바탓 통하리. Both are right. Same as ardem, to trust or to believe. So we can both say min anda de ardem or min anda be ardem. Both means to trust or to believe in my friend. And these kind of verbs are actually plenty. But unfortunately, there is no rule or no cues to tell you what kind of verbs should be so. And you have to discover and memorize them individually, one by one, in future studies, by yourself. All right? One last thing is the transformations of pronouns when bearing dative. So we have bi min de, xi xin de, yi yin de, bo mon de, so sun de, and che chen de. All right, let's do some exercises. So here I have two sentences, and I want you to fill the blanks with any case marks you have learned till now. You might need to pause for a while, and I will go ahead. So the answer is Sif tachi shisa de. Here we have a de. Bodo chim be. We need a be in the third blank. Tachivum. Sif tachi shisa bodo chim tachivum. The teacher teaches students mathematics. Okay, number 2. Tera ajik saganji ye de. We use de here. Ajilam. Tera saganji yid ajilam. The little girl helped the old man. Alright, so today's summary. We have learned the dative case marked by de, and mainly it is used for number 1, indirect object, number 2, reasoning, number 3, paired with some particular verbs to denote the direct object. Okay, if you have any question about this lesson, just leave a message in the comment, and see you next time. 그런 오프단 부바니하 자이모단 아시키.